Welcome to College Applications, the Basics. Today's agenda, we'll talk about types of colleges and universities, types of admission, admission requirements, to-do lists, tools and resources, and questions that you might have that you can email to me later. Here's my information. Please screenshot this now. The types of colleges and university range from a 4-year public to a 4-year private to a 2-year community college. The end states for the state of California are the CSUs, which are called the California State Universities, and the UC systems. The tuition's lower for residents. Admission priority is given to in-state students. 4-year private can be throughout the U.S., which examples being Harvard, Pepperdine. Tuition's the same for all students, so it doesn't matter which state you're going to, it's going to be the same whether you live in that state or not. And then the California community colleges, which in states colleges are Butte, Lake Tahoe, Folsom Lake, where you can obtain an associate's degree, certificate, or any other type of training. Types of decision. There's early action, early decision, and regular decision. Early action is the application is submitted early, as in October or November. Students are notified earlier. The admission is non-binding, and it's good when you have a dream school but are still open to other options. The early decision is application is submitted in early October, November. Students are notified earlier. Admission decision is binding, so students will need to withdraw from their other applications. Good when you have only one dream school. And regular decision. The application is submitted by the college typical deadline date. Students are notified in early spring, usually by mid-April. Good if you like a lot of schools and want to weight all of your options. Types of admissions. Rolling admissions, wait list, and open enrollment. Rolling admissions are the applications are accepted continuously until the freshman class is full. There's a large application window, and apply early for better chances. Admission decision is made within weeks. The wait list. Students are placed on a wait list when the college or university has more qualified applicants than available spaces. Students usually move off the wait list around May. And open enrollment. Admission is guaranteed to any high school graduate as long as minimum requirements have been met. Students may have difficulty enrolling in popular classes, and it's good as a safety school. Admission requirements. Minimum course requirements, minimum GPA, high school transcript, standardized test scores, personal statement, letter of recommendations, application fee, and interview. Tip number 1, request an official copy of your high school transcript to help you complete the college application. The UC CSU admissions. Fall admissions application windows. The UC system begins August 1st through November 30th. The CSUs are October 1st through December 4th. UC personal insight questions, there are a total of 4 that are required to be completed. Some programs may have additional requirements. Students will need to meet the A to G requirements, which are all your college prep requirements. Here's the admit data for the UC Berkeley and UC Davis. You could see the difference in the high school GPA requirements, where UC Berkeley requires a 4.13 to a 4.3, and UC Davis is a 3.97 to a 4.25. Private and college admissions. Admission deadlines and requirements will vary. Check with the college. Most will require a personal statement and letters of recommendation. Allow your recommender at least 2 weeks to write your letter. Brag sheets or resumes will help your recommender highlight your accomplishments. Some applications may require an interview. Tip number 2, admission decisions are based on self-reported information. All information is verified prior to students' enrollment. Make sure your application is accurate. Here's a little diagram regarding safety schools, matches, and your reach schools. So safety schools are schools you will almost definitely get into because your academic credentials are much better than their typical range for their freshman class. For example, if your SAT scores and GPA are higher than the average for the college's freshman class, while it isn't guaranteed that you will be accepted, it is highly likely. Your match schools are your schools where your academic credentials fall within or perhaps slightly exceed the school's range for the freshman class. These are good schools that are a good fit for you. Reach schools are those where your academic credentials fall below the school's range for the freshman class. While these schools will be more difficult to get into, other factors are taken into consideration like extracurricular activities and teacher recommendations. To-do list in 11th grade. Research colleges and programs. Take demanding well-rounded courses of study. Go beyond just the minimum admission requirements. Begin prepping for the SATs or ACTs. Consider taking extracurricular activities or engaging in volunteer work. Use research tools to learn about majors, careers, and colleges. Research potential scholarships. In 12th grade, you should visit colleges and websites. Finalize your list of colleges. Consider applying to safety, match, and reach schools. Retake the SAT or ACT if needed. Complete and submit your college application by the deadline. Begin on your free application for federal student aid, also known as your financial aid application, and scholarship applications. And don't get senioritis. So, meaning keep those grades up. Don't get burned out. Things to consider. Location is definitely something to consider. Do you want a big school? Do you want a small school? Do you want it close to home? Do you want it as far away from home as possible? Student to faculty ratio. Do you want to be 1 out of 15 students in a classroom setting, or do you want to be 1 out of 400 students in a classroom setting? The school size. Majors offered. Now that's a very important one to consider. The majors offered. No use in trying to apply at UC Davis if your major is going to be marine biology. UC Davis doesn't offer a marine biology. So you need to check into the schools that do. So you will be looking at Humboldt State or Monterey Bay to see what programs that you can get into at those universities. Types of degrees offered, amenities and accessibility, tuition cost, admission rate, and graduation rate. Tip number 3, research the colleges you want to apply to. Each college and program will have different deadlines and requirements. It's up to you to make sure that you know what those are and don't wait till the last minute. Here are some tools and resources. CCC Apply is going to be for community college applications. The UC Admissions is going to be exactly for that. CSU exactly for that. Common App is going to be for universities throughout the US where you do one application and up to 900 different colleges that you have to choose from. More tools and resources. College Board, that's where you can do your SAT. APs are your advanced placement classes, your college planning. Then there's the ACT. Khan Academy is a great way to help you improve in some classes if you need some additional supports. They got some great videos to help you get through. And it's also, it's paired with the College Board SATs to help you improve your test scores. And your free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA. Here are more tools and resources. Big Future, Niche, Common App, college apps that are available on your phone, career websites. Road Trip Nation's a great one that I highly recommend. And we also, through TCS, we have the californiacolleges.edu, which each student will have access to unless you chose to opt out. Career apps, Career Surfer, Indeed Job Search, PathSource. Meet with your high school counselor, tip number 4. We are a wealth of information. We definitely are kept up on what's available. I am signed up for all sorts of newsletters that come in on a regular basis. And I also connect with other counselors that share resources with me as I do with them. So definitely talk with me. And if you find out something that I may not necessarily know, please share that with me. I love getting information. I don't care who it's from, but this is just something I like to share out with all my students and families. More information about Big Future. And again, you can search the internet for this website. California colleges, again, that's something that each student at TCS and high school will have access to. Academic planning, you could also do that through TCS. Tip number 5, don't wait until the last minute to get these applications done. Start working on them when they open up. Make sure that you're going through, have somebody else review them for you to make sure that everything is accurate. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, my information was at the beginning of this presentation, so feel free to contact me via phone and or email. I hope that this has been helpful for you.